Opinion: AMD highlights path to the future next-gen Zen GPUs for game and compute, plus an improved Infinity architecture. Why it matters. After a gangbuster performance on the stock market for the last several years, AMD CEO Dr. Lisa Su and its executive leadership team have been under the glare of a lot of media attention recently. Despite the apparent pressure, however, the company keeps coming out swinging, and the announcements from last week's Financial Analyst Day indicate that AMD is showing no signs of letting up. In fact, the key takeaway from the event was that the company leadership, and apparently many of the financial analysts who attended, now have even more confidence in the business future. The company was even willing to reiterate its guidance for the first quarter, which, given the impact of the coronavirus on many its customers and the tech industry as a whole, was an impressively optimistic statement. As a longtime company observer, what particularly stood out to me was that the company has now built up a several-year history of achieving some fairly grand plans based on big decisions it made 4 to 5 years back. In the past, previous AMD leadership has also talked about big ideas, but frankly, they weren't able to deliver on them. The key difference with the current leadership team is that they are now able to execute on those ideas. As a result, the credibility of their forward-looking plans has gone up significantly. And what plans they are. The company made a number of important announcements about its future product strategies and roadmaps at the event, most all of which were targeted around high-performance computing, both for CPUs and GPUs. On the GPU roadmap, a particularly noteworthy development was the introduction of a new data center-focused GPU architecture named CDNA, C for compute, an obvious link to the RDNA architecture currently used for PC and gaming console-focused GPU designs. Full details around CDNA and specific Radeon Instinct GPUs based on it are still to come, but the company is clearly focusing on the machine learning, AI, and other data center-focused workloads that its primary competitor NVIDIA has been targeting for the last several years. One key point the company made is that the second and third generation CDNA-based GPUs would leverage the company's Infinity Interconnect architecture, allowing future CPUs and GPUs to share memory in a truly heterogeneous computing environment, as well as providing a way for multiple GPU chiplets to connect with one another. The company even talked about offering software that would convert existing CUDA code, which NVIDIA uses for its data center GPUs, into platform-agnostic HIP code that would run on these new CDNA-based GPUs. AMD also talked about plans for future consumer-focused GPUs. For more on this story, visit the news article link.